Welcome to Lucasfilm Corner.
I was going to call it the Gold Coast.
Okay.
Or Park Avenue or Boardwalk, something like that.
Boardwalk.
Yeah. This is a pretty darn good corner here,
Yeah.
I got to say. It is a hell of a little area. Yeah.
Couple good pieces. I'm excited to show you guys this one because obviously you both, I've heard, own fedoras.
We do, we
but
do.
not this one. You don't
Not
own
this one. This one is a Temple of Doom. We both have Last Crusade.
Yes.
So this is kind of interesting to
Potential
see.
bidders.
Possibly, very possibly.
Complete the set.
Yeah.
Come on.
This is gorgeous. I'm going to hand it to you, and we'll kind of cut into it. But this is just beautiful. Thank God I'm wearing my white gloves. Yeah.
This is a glove-worthy piece. I mean, this really like has everything that you would want to see in an indie hat. So just to kind of walk through, I mean, first of all, the provenance, it's coming directly from the estate of an American stuntman named Dean Ferrandini, slightly lesser known stuntman. Obviously, Vic Armstrong is who everybody thinks of as the indie stunt guy, rightfully so. But Dean Ferrandini did some of the stunt work on Temple of Doom, specifically all the stuff with the yellow raft, like in the mountain, in the snow,
Vic Armstrong
and the raft.
cannot swim. And so apparently they just had to get this other guy. I'm sorry, Vic.
I think that was the reason, yeah. So, direct provenance. And obviously when things like this come in, the question with these stunt pieces is it just a stunt piece or was it also worn by Harrison Ford?
In this case, you hit the jackpot.
Yeah, we went through the photo reference, behind the scenes stills, production photos, the film itself. We found shots where you can see this ribbon really distinctly. The folds are very specific, and then especially if you go and compare it to some other Temple of Doom fedoras, you can see the ribbons are like radically different.
Because that's usually how you match
I was about
these.
to say,
Yeah.
for those who have ever heard us talking about hats, the ribbon is sort of the key identifier, especially in our 4K world. It really...
The fingerprint.
Basically, each ribbon is different, the folds, the whatnot. So that's where you kind of want to be looking for your screen match. And the fact that it's both the stunt guy and Harrison, it's one of those funny things, and I think we've talked a little about this too. There are pieces sometimes that are just stunt that I do think are wonderful, but I do think the newer collector, I feel like, is bothered when the I guess the main guy is not also touching it. The stunt thing doesn't. I'm fine with it, but I do feel like the newer collector is looking for the actor.
This
yes.
does
yes.
elevate.
And this does have both. Oh, I'm not saying it doesn't elevate. I'm just saying stunt's pretty good too.
Yeah, it's all great.
Yeah.
A couple other things I love on this. The bow here on the ribbon has been hand stitched down. So that's not from Herbert Johnson, the manufacturer. That's like the wardrobe department has gone in and stitched this back into place because it's pulling loose. And you can see the front corners pulling off, the back corners pulling off. You actually see that in some of the photos. But it's like it got bad enough that they had to go in and do on-set repairs. It's the only one I've seen like that. And then if we just turn it over and study the inside.
And I just love, sorry, really quickly, I just love the sense of the water on the main, the main ribbon around.
Yeah.
I just love.
It's not quite tight.
Yes, exactly. That you can just tell it's been in that river. It's just, there's a real nice sort of texture to it, to a feel to it.
Yeah. And it has a great patina overall. I mean, some wear here at the back, a little bit of felt loss, but not enough to be offensive, just enough to kind of feel used. And then on the inside, obviously they removed the silk liner just to make it a little bit cooler. It has the IJ stamped in gold, which your hats have,
another
right?
key
Which you want to see. The Herbert Johnson stamp is specifically Temple of Doom style. And then in the front here, there's just a little bit of makeup residue that we can see.
Which is my other favorite thing, yeah.
And then you see right here, there's these ridges, and that's basically because there's a piece of foam inserted under the sweatband there, and another one at the back of the hat here, just to make it a little bit more compressed, a little tighter on his head.
So it doesn't come flying off his head, which is just fantastic. Anything underneath the...
There is one more sticker, and I think we left that one out of the catalog. There is one more sort of manufacturer's build sheet type sticker that lives under the hat band, and it is actually dated. And the date, I guess I'll say without being overly specific, the date is what it should be for the filming of Indiana Jones.
It's 1947, May 6th.
It's a very old hat.
I was going to go release date of Temple of Doom.
It's born on date. But sort of hard to find fault with this as an example of an indie hat.
Now, does the red size tag inside there indicate that it had the red liner when the liner was in there, or do you think that
I think they're all
doesn't?
that color.
They are, okay.
I think so.
Yeah, I can't remember.
The 7 1/4.
Yeah. And that's also
check it home.
Harrison's proper hat size.
Right. Which is really why everyone's watching this video. To find out.
Yeah.
How big
Now
is
we
Harrison
know.
Ford's
Now
head?
we know. Yeah. 7 3/4. Fuck. It is gorgeous. It is a really. I'm so happy to see it, and I am so happy
Relieved.
that I don't need one.
Yes.
Yeah, it is like we just get to admire it
Yeah.
and go, God, that's good. Maybe it's even better than what you and I have, but it doesn't matter. We've already got ours. We're done.
Good
yeah,
luck,
yeah,
Vince.
exactly.
Yeah.
Good luck. We honestly, that will be one. That'll be a fun one just to sort of, sit and munch popcorn and see
Yeah.
where it goes. I do think it's
Watch
gonna
our
go
own hat
bananas.
valuations.
Yes,
go.
exactly. It's only good for us. Only good for us.
Change your spreadsheet insurance value.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I wish I could say the same thing for what we're looking at next. That I wish I didn't have one and we could just pay attention.
Yeah.
But I'm very excited to see this.
Which might very well end this relationship.
Well, I think there's a lot of things in this relationship.
It's,
but
it's on a hair's edge.
Pretty wonderful. Yeah, this is just incredible.
Yeah,
One of my
best.
absolute favorite things about this to start is just the fact, to start with, without hurting it too much, I've always just loved that fact. And Brandon, it's in your book, the costume book, where they sort of talked about the fact that this was partially Lucas basically kind of going, I'm sick of everybody taking their helmets off and putting them back on and taking them off and taking them back on. And for anybody that's ever gone after Stormtrooper helmets, when you're going through the reference photos, like, for example, my hero helmet bounces around a couple of different guys because most likely they put them down on the ground and then they picked them up, whatever. And in this case, you just lift it up and you have your drink and you get back to work, which is what George liked.
Efficiency.
Yes, exactly. Just a beautiful piece, the SWAT team, if you will, of the Empire. We'll get in here, but if you want to come on in, come close in. I just love the little writing in there. I love the construction, sort of helmet.
I think it's marked BH 1030, which BH is Blue Harvest, which was like the working title code name for all of Return of the Jedi. Another thing I would point out about this that to me is really kind of impressive is, unlike the Stormtrooper helmets, this is painted. And it's painted because you got two separate halves here that have been put together and puttied over, and you can see,
you can see the seam line. You can actually see the seam line if you come in right here.
And because it's painted, the color hasn't turned at all. So like the painted finish is going to hold up.
As opposed to some of the Return of the Jedi Stormtrooper helmets, which have gone so yellow,
because
which
they're
is
not
interesting.
painted.
But despite the paint, they were using the right kind of plastic by the time they got to this. So whatever's underneath isn't rejecting the paint the way some of the early Stormtrooper suits are, where they're constantly chipping away. I mean, this has a couple of scratches here and there, but we're not seeing that just insane chipping where the paint almost seems like it's sloughing off the plastic.
Like the first movie helmet.
Yes, exactly.
Right?
Yes, the New Hope. Yes,
sort
exactly.
Of a slimier plastic.
Yes, exactly.
And I love. I mean, to me, this design is Return of the Jedi. That's the thing that I love the most about it.
This is
Nilo.
they all worked on it, but it's Nilo.
This is Nilo bringing his industrial design. He was a trained, industrial designer, right? That came over and became the costume designer for the first time he'd ever designed costumes on Jedi. And to me, this is the melding of those two worlds for him. And when I think of Jedi, I think of this.
This is 100% the design I think of. I love the guns. I love the armor. I love the speeder bikes. Everything about it. The entire sequence.
The fact that they still can't hit anything worth a goddamn.
I know, but the sense of speed is just so incredible.
It's great, yeah.
I will point this out, and I wish I could say that this is an issue. There is some cracking on the lens, so let's come in and we can show this. And I'd like to tell you that's a reason not to bid, but I think we all know I'm full of shit, and who cares? Yes, it is a little cracked, so be it. I don't care. Probably neither should you, but we are pointing it out. It does not bother me. I kind of like the idea. I don't know, but I'd like to think it cracked when they flew into an oak tree.
It could be. It could be on-screen damage. You'll never know.
Or someone wearing gloves and sweating so much that they passed out and it just cracked.
Fell over.
Yeah, it just fell over.
Hopefully it wasn't that.
Just really fantastic. I believe we've seen some of like the made for the movie not used that are missing pieces. Obviously everything is here. It's just a sharp looking piece.
Yeah, and
these
are very rare. I mean, we know of one other in
I thought two in collections, but never
two
one,
including this.
Oh, I thought there was one other one. Okay, but this is the first one we've ever seen sort of in auction. Yeah.
And Brandon, how many of these would you guess or know?
There were a bunch.
Well, but less than regular Stormtroopers.
Okay, yes.
I think I'm going to say somewhere like 24 to 28, something like that. Yeah.
But I think because and this is where George Lucas was really smart, because they weren't constantly taking them off. I think they were harder to steal. I think they were harder to walk off with. I think when you're constantly taking them off and kind of,
they ended up
it's kind of easier.
Track,
yeah, and it's sort of here. It's like you're not allowed to leave the set.
Unfortunately for us.
You just lift it up and you have your snack or whatever. Yeah, just fantastic. I very, very jealous. We are going to talk a whole bunch, but yeah,
it's a good one.
Someone in this 3-shot is ending up with this helmet. Is all I can say. And one guy works here and is probably not bidding. And this might be now the worst item I've ever done. Ryan, this is your gun, is it not?
It is. This is the...
No. You know the rules.
Yes, I can't. So we're going to have to do the switcheroo.
Bart,
I'm going to operate the camera. Bart's coming in.
Because I can't sell my own piece.
Kelvin, you be me, and Chuck, you be Brandon.
Just stand in this here?
Yep, just get in and just say what we say.
Just going to wipe off all the sweat first.
Identify yourself. I'm Ryan Condal.
Hi, I'm Ryan Condal.
I'm Dave Mandel.
I'm Dave Mandel.
I'm Brandon Allinger.
I'm Brandon Allinger.
All right, excellent. And what are you selling here, Ryan? This is your item in the thing?
Yes, I'm selling my Hero Return of the Jedi Stormtrooper Blaster.
This is my Hero Return of the Jedi Stormtrooper Blaster.
It's the best one in private hands.
Absolutely the best
Can
one
I
in
get a
private
confirmation on that? One of the Brandons?
Yes.
Sure.
The most complete in private hands. It's a wonderful piece.
A lot of the pieces, a lot of the Stormtrooper guns were stripped of their various, the box, the ammo box, the sight, the fins. Kelvin, say all this is me, but this one has it all.
A lot of the extras, the box, the fins, and things were stripped off of these guns after they were used in the film. But this one has everything
From the film, originally.
from the film originally.
It's really one of the finest pieces in the auction.
One of the finest pieces in the auction.
Maybe people should bid on this instead of wasting their time with the trooper helmet.
Yes, maybe people should bid on this gun instead of wasting their time with this.
You should in fact bid it up in pre-bidding so that Ryan can bid very confidently on the Batwing.
You should bid it up in pre-bidding so that I can confidently bid on the Batwing.
Very good.
Very good.
But,
I agree.
But not bid up so much that Ryan then gets delusions of grandeur and tries to bid on the Biker Scout also.
Well, not bid it up too much so that Ryan starts going after this lovely helmet here. So.
Tell us when the auction is.
The auction is August 15th through 18th. These will go up on the first day of the auction on August the 15th. Come to the Peterson Museum, bid there with Ryan
Condal,
and Dave.
Dave Mandel.
and follow us on social media at Props Podcast, and email us at watch our other YouTube videos, subscribe to our channel, and email us at dreamsaremadeofpodcast@gmail.com.
That's right, Ryan.